And we continue learning Dirshu Mishnah Bura Siman Kuf Samoch. And we're up to Sif Vav as we continue learning which water can be used for Netilas Yadaim. Says the Machaber Chamei Ha'ar, water that is heated. Netilas Yadaim, you can use them to wash your hands. Even they're very hot, they'll burn your hand. That the belly of a child is burnt by him with them. Still, it is kosher for Netilas Yadaim. Says the Mishnah Berurah the literal word of Yatzilat means your hand recoils. Your hand pulls back. Then your hand pulls back. So that shlo tikaveh, it doesn't get burned by him. You're allowed to use them. Says Mishnah Berurah, quoting over here the Rashal and the Smak and the Sefer HaTshuma, that there are those that are machmir if it's yad, so you let this. Because achreinim debein lamayim acheirim ein lahachmir bazeh. Mishnah Berurah quoting the Chai Adam, and he says same thing as Mashmal Rabbah. It says that if you have no other water, you should not be machmir. Why? The ikar kedas Shulchan Aruch. The ikar is like the Shulchan Aruch. If it's a little bit warm, there's no iser at all. Let's say it was hot, so maybe you would think that while it was hot, it got a stamp of it being puzzle, but now it cooled off. Says Mishnah Berurah, no. Gam came mutter, that is mutter as well. And according to this, it may not you only have boiling hot water. What should he do? Simple, says Mishnah Berurah. Wait for it to cool off. Let it cool off a little bit. Then it'll be mutter according to everyone. We continue with Sif Zayin. Says the Mechaber Chamei Teverion. The truth is, and I apologize, we don't have the text for the Dirshu note 32 in front of us, but just to speak it out outside. 1 second, excuse me. Okay, basically, over here, the Dirshu note 32, 33 starts drawing comparisons. What about in the other case of Shinei Mara, when the water changes appearance, and it quotes that the Chazon Ish, which we've quoted above, holds that once the water is puzzle, it does not go back to being kosher. So why here is it going to be different? So the Shonei Halachos, which is Chaim Kanievsky, says Sarach Iyon B'din Zeh. Okay, let's continue with Sif Zayin. Says the Machaber in Sif Zayin, Chamei Teverio, water heated from the fresh springs, the natural heated waters of Teveria. Says the Mechaber, Yachol lahatbul behem es yadayim, you can dip your hands into it. Aval, however, lo lito mehem bekli, loy. To wash with a kli, you are not allowed to. V'im im shachaysan ba'aretz. But if you draw that water into the ground, derech with a ditch in the ground, chutz l'mekaymam, v'ivsigun me'amayana neiveya, and it's no longer connected to the original fresh spring. Im yishbim shir mikvah, if there's now the sheer 40 saw of water, matvilim yadayim, you could dip your hands into it. V'meimam shir mikvah. Let's say this ditch is connected all the way back to original heat, fresh springs. You no longer could dip your hands into it. Says the Mishnah Berurah, like all springs, the Chamei Teveria Mayanu, it's a fresh spring. Even if it doesn't have memsa, that we've seen that to dip your hands into a fresh spring is mutter, even if it's not 40 sa. But to take the water from there to wash your hands, you're not allowed to. Even when it calls off. It's not ra'oi for a dog to drink. Derech haritz. Now, if you draw the water via a ditch, you put a pipe. As long as the pipe does not have the shem kli. Then you're still allowed to be matbilim behem. Because now your entire body can go inside of it. Yadav lo kol shkein, certainly your hands. V'mein bahem sivkat lamadalid. If it doesn't have 40 saw, afal machshir lav simkov nantas yadalid b'bachas me'ar bam saw. Af b'mikvas. We see this in machlokes that some hold even less than 40 saw is kosher when it comes to Netilas Yadaim. Hocha chami tveria moider dekazinim neivai. Latu Yadaim echad v'skinu me'amayan. If we allow you to dip your hands in, even when it's not connected to the mayan, you're going to come to think it's the same water. And we're worried you might come to do regular Netilas Yadaim, which we just said in Chami Tveria, you are not allowed to do. It's a gezerah you might come take with the kli as well. They themselves don't have memsa. Why is he mekel? Because lamaisa it's connected to the original spring. Therefore, therefore, there's not going to be a gezerah. We do not have to be worried that you might come to take it with a kli. Over here, the Dirshu, note number 36, discusses that it says that these waters, kechol mayanois, the chami tveria is a mayan, and any mayan, any fresh spring, you're allowed to dip your hands into. Says the Dirshu number 36, what about making a bracha? We've seen in Simkov Nuntes that Achreinim Paskin, that even in such a scenario, you're going to make al netilas yadayim. Only when you dip your hands in water that's not roi for tvilas yadayim, then that's when you say al tvilas yadayim. You have to see over there, we said b'shem the chazayin ish. Now, sivkata and alamid, we said that even if these waters cool off, you're still not allowed to take them with a kli. Why? Because it's not roi for shtiyas kelev. Says the Dirshu number 38, even if you come to dip your hands into a kli, says even Machniso, which again is a Chavetz Chaim, does not help. Why? Because there's no such thing as dipping your hands, tefillah, inside a keli. That will not work. Tefillah is only going to be in the ground. Then we continue with Sif Ches. Says the Mechaber in Sif Ches, Tam Psol Chami Tveria L'Netila. Why is Chami Tveria apostle? For washing your hands, and you say, hey Marim, the waters are bitter, like we just said a moment ago. And a dog will not drink it. However, let's say you find some hot waters which a dog would yes drink from, then it's allowed. No lemehem liyadayim. You can use it for netilas yadayim. Says in Shabbos, if these waters are bitter, it lifts the fact that they're hot, that itself is not a paslos. A dog will not drink from it, even though it changes from its avshem, even the reason is different from other waters. Ru'uyin l'shtiyas ha'kelev will still be kosher l'netila. V'das, says the Mishnah Berurah, till das ish machmir shekas samdel, Mishnah Berurah sefkat chav zayin, le'nyin chameyor, according to the machmir that we saw a moment ago, kol shkein the ish lachmer can certainly be machmir v'yelin chamin shel mayonois, shleilem me'olam, shas kosh never even had a moment there kosher, which over there it was kosher, and then it just became puzzle afterwards. And we conclude with Sif Tes, says the Machaber, my meluchim, salty or sruchim or ichi or imarim or bitter. A very important passes. Water that a dog cannot drink from. Psulim l'netilas yadayim. Afal pi, even though sheksher the man mikvah, even though you're able to use them as a mikvah. V'mei b'akurim, if they're filthy, machmas tit, and it's out of them because the tit is inside of them. then you think, no, it's gross. No, it's not true, because the water ostensibly, essentially, is clean. If the dog will drink from him, then psulim le. Says the Mishnah Berurah over here, Mayim meluchin, the salty waters, me'ayam imertichoisan, that's boiled. Chazur li azuri and lishtias kalav ksher lenetila, then you can use them. Ve'letzal be'tayche leila motor tip into it's always motor k'ma v'chol mayim meluchin, like any salty water. Sheina kalav yachal lishtoises if gatalam mezayin the kivan shein tzuruchim, since it's bitter, disgusting. Kol shekin afilu kalav yinachal lishtois be'am. Havikilin is batal miteres mayim v'slur rabban Netilas Yadaim, then it's going to be possible. L'mei mikvah Netilas if gotten man void in Netilas Yadaim, which a lot of in tefillah, it's no different than tefillah. And my kalav yachal, if the dog is able to drink from it, I know she'in av kolkach, it's not that thick. I know chulin bar kol basik, different chamudas so Islam achas. Ksherim if gotten man beizum achva shini mara ein lifsel. Why not? Der chamayim keinu. This is the normal way of water. This is natural. It has alternative. Therefore, that's not going to passel up the water for Netilas Yadaim. And we continue over here on the Dirshu, note number 42, it says the dog cannot drink from it, and it's nispatel meisheich and shavuti arishain, which an animal will drink from, but a person will not drink from. Says the Shevet Alevi, it's kosher and Netilas Yadaim, because it's only if it's so filthy and disgusting the dog will not be able to drink from it. What is that shear? Even though it's a little bit dirty, but since the dog's going to drink from it, it's going to be enough. We said that if there's tit and stuff turned inside of it, it's still a derech. It's not going to be puzzle, because that's the way that it's normally used. And we conclude with a short sif yud. Says the Mechaber, you're allowed to wash from anything that began from water. Go and you have chushin, toilayim, adumim, oishuman, dog, veneer, davkim, riskan. It has to be crushed up. It has to actually be water, because there's no greater than snow. Says Mishnah Berurah, it originally started as water. You have chushin adumin shenizavu min mayim. So that it changed color. Im riska zivkatim memei v'magin Avram. Says Magin Avram, this is more stringent than snow. Literally, if it's not crushed down, you cannot stick your hands into it. We've seen but over here it's only butter if you crush up whatever these substances are and make sure it's pourable water. We'll stop over here. We'll pick it up from Sif Yud Aleph for the next year in Mirza Hashem.